Alright. That's enough. That's enough silliness. That's enough Disco Inferno. That's enough, title. And this can go up. Partially up, I guess. And this can go all the way over here and be like, we. And we. Putting everything in distinct order here. Has to be perfect. It's gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there. I just need one more thing here. Oh, it's too good not to use. Okay. Now we're ready now. Okay. It's been a while since I actually done this. I think that's gonna actually freak people out, but whatever, it's gonna happen. Bitch, are you a Jeff Hardy account? Are you Jeff Hardy? Fuck you, you son of a bitch. There's only one good Jeff Hardy account. There's only one good Jeff Hardy account. I went over this with everyone. Okay. I'm interviewing myself. Because someone needs to interview me. And no one has. Bunch of lazies. No, really, I haven't signed up for a Peep Show podcast or like a... or any other podcast really since my appearance is in... Look, I know you're here. I should be on more podcasts. But this is my podcast and I should talk about my stuff. Like Wrestlecade. How I foretell Nicole Bass debuts. Well, I actually got a date on that. I got a date on a lot of debuts. We're actually going to start funneling into the debuts next show, which should be later this week. I'm thinking Thursday or Friday. A lot of debuts will be going in. Hopefully we'll be finished by 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll be finished with all the debuts that I can get. But I mean, if you don't have a fucking call and I can't get your call, you're in fucking trouble and I have to wait. And pester Desert Punk and everyone to do their fucking characters. Anyway. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, the announcement of Wrestle Train. That was fun. Wrestle Train, yeah. If you don't know what Wrestle Train is, it's basically we're going to dump everyone into one roster. I mean, every duplicate into one roster. Yes, you can ask me a question, Daddy. Go ahead. Ha ha ha! That's hilarious. Oh. Botchamania.com in our chat. We need all... Yeah. Well, maybe I should ask Jay questions. Have Jay go like, hey, Jay, when's the wiki? Gonna get a Nicole Bass page tomorrow. Nicole Bass page. But, yeah. Jay's working on the wiki. Stuff's gonna happen. I sent you the roster. That roster is finalized. It just needs to be... You can just take people off it. No, that was after the restructuring. Well, right now we're just doing a quality check. I mean, not quality check, but active checks. But I mean, everyone on the roster actually has accounts. But I mean, they're actually on Twitter. Now, how active they are, I do not fucking know. Because I cannot keep track of 80 plus people at once. By that I mean post once a week. Okay. No, you can't bring in the dancing lobsters, not yet, because you don't have any gifts. And Victoria versus Natalia. See, here's the problem. There's a Queen of Wrestlecade shot, and there's a freaking... Might as well if I make it next week, it's going to be Natty's somehow going to win, going to make it a triple threat match. Like every fucking time this happens. When I book the challenger or the number one contender against someone else, they'll lose. My chat is the most random of shit. Johnny Hill versus Chuck Taylor versus Paul London happened. Actually, you know what? I'd like to talk about that with a big event thing. Do you know what was the first big thing we did on Wrestlecade? First big thing. First big program thing. No one knows, because obviously no one remembers. It was you remember the big, 64-man battle royal thing? With, 8-way dances? With, 8-way dances and an 8-way dance in the final? 9 8-way dances total? It's that time again. After the next big event, the Suicide Soldier series will be back. 64 fucking people, and actually, here's what I'm going to say, the women are going to get involved in this. By that I mean they're actually going to have their own little thing to do. By that I mean there's going to be 4 four-way dances for the women, and winners will face each other in their own thing. Also, there's one more thing about the women facing the men, but that's an entirely different thing. I don't know if I should say it here. At the next... Well, not the next big... Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's make it the next big event. The next big event. Because we're going to have enough room for this. 4 men, 4 women. The 4v4 match. And it might actually be fairly entertaining. 4 men versus 4 women. There will be 2 4-man teams. Tara, your shot is actually going to occur during that time, so you're not going to be having a match. Unless you want to have your title shot early, which I don't know if you're going to. Anyways, let's see, I went over the Suicide Soldier series, I went over the men versus women stuff, I went over Wrestlecade. Okay, another question, yes. Good, we have Q&A in our chat. Question for Natty. Nicole Pass will get a title shot when she earns one. Why in the heck did I lose my title? Well, you know what? That's what the game does. Sometimes the game loves you and sometimes it hates you. It hated you and loved you at the same. It loved you one week and hated you the next. Why aren't more people in this chat? I'm doing a Wrestlecade podcast and that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just talking random shit right now. I should probably go to my topics category and pick one at random. No. Oh. CWF, that's right. Oh, my thoughts on the double KO? I fucking hate double KOs. This is as bad as a double fucking countout. Actually, it's worse. Especially in a greatest attacks match when I don't have a fucking winner. Greatest attacks title match and it goes fucking double KO. Possible to get double pinfall in the game. Let's see, General Manager, Director of Authority. Oh yeah, Director of Authority. We're gonna have a Director of Authority in Wrestlecade very soon. Yes, Director of Authority. You don't know who's going to be in it. There's no GM, there's going to be Director of Authority, DOA. Who I'd like to see in Wrestlecade, male or female? You know what? If you're going by characters, I would love to see in Wrestlecade. I hate to say this because this is a terrible idea. I know it's never going to work. But, no, not Bo Dallas. We already had a Bo Dallas for about a week or two. That was mildly entertaining to have him lose. The person I want is actually like, I'd love to see an active Goldust, actually. There's so many good names, though. Goldust, Glacier, my personal favorites of stuff. We don't have, Monty Brown, Canyon or Mortis or whatever the hell you want to call him. Jay Lethal. Probably Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. Shoot. And just because, they would be a very entertaining stable. Anyone in the Latino World Order. La Parka. La Parka especially. La Parka is the greatest. Oh, and just because, Chris Benoit. That's right. Chris Benoit. Like a legit Benoit. Or Evan Courageous. Or Disco Inferno even. Or, you know, just because, I could do so much with them. Also, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Jim Neidhart, Davey Boy Smith. Hell, Harry Smith and Lance Archer. Super crazy. I don't know. There are so many good names that I want, but I'm never gonna get them. Oh, on the women's side, probably like a Trish, a Karma or an Awesome Kong. Sarah Del Rey, I guess. I mean, Sarah Del Rey. Yeah, Sarah Del Rey. Nami Toyota. Well, I'm saying Karma. Slash Awesome Kong. You're Tara Victoria. Tara slash Victoria. Victoria right now. There's Portia. No. There's so many good characters out there that they need to pick. Okay, Barry's isn't gonna happen because he's not a default character. So the most we could do is actually have him just appear on our Wrestlecade. But I want to talk about CWF. Fuck. Sima Cola is being made. Suwa Classic is being, new Suwa is being made. And, there's actually one more character that's being made. You know who, you know that there's two Kentas in Japan, right? There's two Kentas in Japan, right? You guys know that? Kenta Kobashi and the other Kenta, who CM Punk stole all of his moves from. Oh, I'm sorry. Borrowed a lot of his moves. Nope, sorry. Well, here's a new gimmick. I take Kenta, dress him like CM Punk, and call him FU Punk. Because they don't like each other, I don't think. Yes, get it. Tiger Mask G has a posse sticker today! Because we need FU Punk. Kung Fu. Nope, FU Punk. Just FU. Just FU because, damn it, Punk, you piece of shit, he doesn't like you. God forbid, here's also another thing we're gonna do. I am looking for a character. No, see, Kobashi would be dressed up as Stan Hansen and be F.U. Hansen. But that's entirely not fair to Hansen, because Hansen's a singer. But, okay, we're going too deep on all this stuff. We're going way too deep on all this stuff. And I don't think anyone's really paying attention. I don't think anyone's watching. There's only like 4 people. Four people watching. Why? I got 4 viewers. I'm popular. Kind of. No. Not really. People should RT that we're casting. Or at least, doing Okay, if I can type... let me type. I'm not drunk yet. Okay, should I really go into a... Actually, I haven't yet did a rant today. Well, I'm not streaming any WrestleMania shit. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, this is, I have 1,318 followers. I'm not fucking drunk, I swear to God. And actually, we're gonna play some games later anyway, so we're gonna do a live video game cast, hopefully. Hopefully, I said. But okay, we got CWF, we covered all that. You know what? I'm gonna start asking myself questions. Hey, Wrestlecade, yes? What do you think about the overwhelming population of RP companies that apparently don't last very long? That's a very good question. What do I think of RP companies that only last a week? They're fucking retarded. I'm gonna be honest here, if you're starting an RP company and you don't plan on being around for quite a while, and if you don't plan for it to be hard work, And if you don't plan for it to actually, be a long, arduous journey or whatever to make a company that's actually half decent, I think I run a half decent company, but again, I'm just the guy who did it first. So, some people could take my advice and leave it, or some people could take my advice and whatever. You could be CZW for all I care. I don't know. No, I'm sorry. You could be the equivalent of CZW. Danny Havoc goes over. GG. Danny Havoc is the great. No, Danny Havoc is good. I'm just on the tangent here. But here we go. Parts of running a successful RP wrestling fed. And this is my honest opinion, is to have a roster, a good roster. But I mean, you want people who actually will be active, but won't chew your ass out over every decision you make. Luckily, making Wrestlecade, I have actually successfully got a good stable of people who don't chew my ass out at every fucking thing, who even if they do say, well, I lost my title within a week, I know they're joking around, and they're not really chewing my ass out for that. They accept the fact that it's beyond my control for the most part, and if I wanted to book winners, I'd be using TNM. Because TNM will be the godsend. But yeah, get a bunch of people who actually get a roster who would actually can take all the crap that you give. Let them know that, because I've let them know that this is not a serious thing. This is for fun thing. This is basically something that I do because I want to, not because I have to. And you have to be doing it because you want to be doing it for fun. You want to be doing it because you want to. And if people don't understand that this is something for fun, this is something for them to get behind and watch and have fun and all that shit. If people start treating it like a job, it's going to be a job. And if it's going to be a job, then fuck it, I already have a fucking job. Why in the fuck do I need to have a job at home and here? Why? The Zelda Moon is there because Jeff Hardy. Because of Jeff Hardy. We all know the story. Okay. Okay, so besides that, you have to be prepared for a lot of work. Well, I mean, work. But by that I mean you have to be able to keep track of a roster. I cannot fucking keep track of my roster. But I have 80 people, and probably if I throw a dart, someone will want to join Wrestlecade if I hit them in the face with a dart. By that I mean if we lose a Swagger, if we lose Daniel Bryan, if we lose CM Punk, if we lose any major character, I could probably throw a dart and someone will want to join Wrestlecade that's that character. It's weird, I know, but it's because I've been doing it so long that I've gained this freaking crazy-ass history that people apparently love for some reason. They want to be a part of it. Why would I hit you with a dart if you're already on the roster? Okay, not story, but I mean that's how much support that I've had from this community, and this community is awesome. I thank each and every one of you because honestly, you could have picked to be a part of, I don't know, TWA, any other Fed, goddamn, what's some words, EWF, freaking, God, why do I fucking cannot remember, I guess RPW if we're gonna go old school, frickin' EWF, IAW, what the fucking hell, PCW. There's a lot of feds there that, are out A lot of feds. A lot of feds. A lot of fucking feds. Almost too fucking many. Almost, I say. Cause here's the part I love. Here's the part that, I gotta thank you all because you've all put up with me not being able to get shows done when I want to get shows done because of work and shit. I've been doing pretty decently, running 2 shows, 2 brands. I think I have at least. The events take an hour or 2 to do live. Doing live shows for you guys is probably going crazy because doing live shows is much hard. Doing a live show is way harder than doing any other show. I will say that right now. If you write it out, you can write it out at your leisure. You can write out like a little bit here, a little bit there, do whatever, and you can have it finished in a week or whatever. Doing a live show means you have to pretty much have everything done that day. You have to record everything on that day. All the matches. If you're like TWA does so I think they upload their matches separately. I don't know if I think they might record them all at once, but if they want to, they could actually record. They could record, each matches separately. Like half on one day, half on another day. If you're doing a live show, you cannot do that. Unless, of course, you have a 25-match card. Why? Because it's not going... And I'm saying that because I did a 25-match card. That was ridiculous. But yeah, you pretty much have to do your shows on one day, on a 2-3 hour span. And people have to be... I love the fact that people actually... like the fact that it's live and they're having fun that it's live and it's awesome and you guys are awesome and all 82 of you guys, everyone that's ever been on the Wrestlecade roster, even back on ASW, back when we had like 30 people or 20 to 30 people running with the idea. Cabana, Punk, Jericho, Austin, Natty, Caitlyn, Caitlyn's Natty, even new people who have recently joined, like Victoria, Christian, Jay, and Nicole Bass, Swagger, Daniel Bryan, the other Daniel Bryan that was with us at the beginning, Olive Shield, X-Pac, AJ Styles, I'm not gonna give myself credit on Daniels because I don't feel like it. There's literally too many people to list. Ziggler, Big Show, Kane, Taker, Triple H. Kevin Nash. Fucking hell, there's a lot of guys. DDP, Big Bully Ray. There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people to thank, and I thank each and every one of you. If I can't say all your fucking names. I can't say each and every one of your fucking names, because if I had to list all the people that have been involved in WrestleCade, God forbid we'd be here all fucking night, and I've already taken up enough of your time with my mindless talking right now. I'm not even on a fucking I haven't even wrote down any fucking topics about this. I'm just fucking saying stuff live. Like I'm a podcaster that is zero preparation. I'm like random reviewer. No, I'm like any YouTube review. I have no preparation whatsoever. I'm just gonna sit here and say stuff that sounds good. I don't know, but there's like a huge list of people. Fuck your shit. Fuck your shit right now. Fuck your shit. Okay. Hell, even if I could, and also I gotta thank some other things. I gotta thank all the feds that are cooperating with us. TWA, I think, all the TWA, EWF, I mean, PCW, I guess, PCW is with us a little bit, TWE, there's like a whole god-awful amount of feds that just support the idea, are fine with the wrestlers being a part of it. Oh yeah, no, I forgot people. Aces and Eights, every single one of them, including Wes and Garrett, even though Wes and Garrett's had been on Wrestlecade before. Wes has not been on Wrestlecade ever, and he's going to be on it. Guaranteed within the next 2 months, because I'm pounding the guy to make his fucking save already. Or at least to release Wes Briscoe on it and Garrett Bischoff, so I can fucking have that save. And we can transfer them over, and we can actually have a full roster. Because we only have Hounding, as in I'm on his back trying to get him to freaking do it. First, no. Hound. Oh my god. Take it from chat to try and make everything sexual. Okay, or make everything sexual. See, this is what chat does. They make everything sexual, and thanks guys. Sexual. Mark Henry. God damn it. We're getting off the point. We're getting way too far off point here. But yeah, everyone. There's way too many people that are to thank. Yeah, so thank you everybody. So everyone over support from fans and everybody, support from the community, to have a great roster, be prepared to put your work into it. Be sure to know what you want to do. By that I mean, if you're going to run a game fed, be sure you have a plan. You have it planned out. Like if you're using, let's take WWE 13 for example. Not the game I use, because I'm not a fan of that crap. Not a fan of that particular game in terms of good matches and 2 counts. But it is easy to get characters on that game very easily, and that's probably what most people like to do, because it's good for the creative aspect of it. It's good for a creative aspect. By that I mean you can get whoever you want, you can edit their song choice or whatever, and have cutscenes and all that crap, all that stuff. But when you get to the meat of it, and the meat to me has always been, are we having good matches? Are we not having the same match 6,000 times? How many times are we gonna break that fucking table? How many times are we gonna smash that barricade? But yeah, that game, just be sure you know what you're doing. If you're gonna take a roster from, if you're gonna say, well, okay, I got the roster of WWE 13, the default roster, which is a lot of people, and the 40 cost slots, or 50, it's 50 now, isn't it? 50 cost slots or something like that, or is it still 40? God, it's been a while since I actually played a WWE 13. I have the game. PS3 just doesn't work, as you probably realized by now. Yeah, next big event is donations for WrestleCade's broken PS3. Pay to replace my PS3. $150 it costs to fix. Okay, 50 slots. So if you're going well, I want to have the 50 slots of cause and just the rest of the characters that are actually in the game, that's a pretty big roster right there. That's about near 100 guys. See, here's the problem. If I kickstart the thing, I don't think anyone's going to donate. And what am I going to offer for, things? Am I going to offer, well, if you donate X amount of dollars, I'll give you a King of Wrestlecade title shot regardless of who you are. If you're a female or a male character on the Fed. So that means we could see Natty against the winner of Bully Ray and the winner of the tournament. Which is way confusing right now. I mean, it's not confusing, it's just we have no distinct number one contender. We have no distinct top contenders. We have 8 people trying to fight off, and we're at 8 people now trying to fight off. Okay. Maybe I'll try Kickstarter because it can't. There's not like it can be not like you get penalized for not getting any money, right? Maybe I'll be like, hey, I'm going to Kickstarter everything and see if I can get money for fixing my PlayStation 3 so I can give you a whole bunch of stuff at once. Okay, but you guys are having me off on a tangent here. You guys keep pulling me off tangents, and this is what the chat does. They keep putting me on tangents. On stuff I shouldn't be talking about. Just, be sure, I mean, it's going to be hard to run a Fed. It's going to be very hard to run a Fed. It might be one of the hardest things you've done in terms of how hard it's going to be to actually get the thing off the ground. And how hard it's going to be to get the thing on a normal basis working and 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 working. And if you put the effort into it, it'll be good. That's why I hate Feds that just come around and stick around for a week and then leave. Because, God forbid, I know people who think that, I can just make a Fed and have the best things ever and the best wrestlers, and no, you can't. You have to work towards it. You have to actually put effort into it. It's not going to do it by itself. And for all those Feds that are like, do I enjoy videos or do I like the matches typed up? Here's where I'm at right now on the videos versus matches debate. Videos versus typing debate. I enjoy type matches for some things. But I mean, I think in type matches you can get more detail going. But I also know that if you get too much detail going, the match won't. I mean, there's like, going like, if you put too much detail into it, it gets boring to raid. While videos, on the other hand, you can pretty much watch the whole thing through, and unless you're playing a terrible game or a boring game or whatever to, do your matches on, it can be even WWE 13. For everything I say about it, you can at least watch through a match or two on it. But I can't say that for every match. I cannot say that for every match that I've seen written. Also, here's the thing that pisses me off, and this is just me. When here's my minimum effort that constitutes a match. Here's the minimum effort that constitutes a match, and this is just my opinion. The winner and the loser, everyone that participated in the match, who's the winner. Well, that's why you have me on Fire Pro Wrestling Returns, because I do the commentary. but enough about that. I was going to say the winner or the loser, or everyone in the match, whatever, who wins, who loses, blah, 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 blah. Next one is... because it's black in the back. Hard. Extremely. If you could, transparency it. That'd be awesome, because I'd do it. You could change stats in Fire Pro returns. I just don't. I know people. If you're running a WWE 13, you probably should just go straight and give everyone to the go straight on and give everyone 100 overall. That way you just get everything fair. Everyone gets 100 overall. That's fair. But I don't know. What's I say? Writing is good if you're detailed. If you're not too detailed, though. I find that a good match, and this is just me, is about... I'd like to say, if you're gonna go just, the regular match amount, 4 to 6 paragraphs I'm gonna go with. 4 to 6, around that. And that's just me. 4 to 6 paragraphs per match. Anything more better be a fantastical match. Anything less better be a squash match. You have to be really, really good to write out matches. Like, I mean, I've wrote matches before. I've wrote matches before for websites. And let me tell you, you gotta put extreme effort into it. You really do. And actually, I think, do I have a link to one of those? Who wants to see that match? Because honestly, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I got an old topic actually. If you want to read one of my matches, here you go. Actually, that's a very old post, and that's basically that's just Samoa Joe versus Jushin Thunder Liger. It's not much, I know, but it's all I've got actually right here. So that's all I've seen. I also had an X Division versus WCW Cruiserweights Battle Royal, and that was pretty well. But yeah, 4 to 6 paragraphs or whatever, depending on how lengthy your paragraphs are. Maybe you want to go 2 or 3. If you do what I do and I make extremely long paragraphs. Okay, actually that's 4 paragraphs. Fuck, okay, I'm right, 4 paragraphs. It's, pretty long. Why did I even link that? But, that's a good website that I like. But, enough about that. Video or written stuff. video overwritten stuff just because I think with the best game available, Fire Pro Returns the best game that I know of actually. Fire Pro Returns, that is possibly one of my most favorite things to do matches on. I cannot, some of the things that happen in Fire Pro Returns, I cannot think of writing. As much as I love writing, I love 2 counts, I love all that stuff, some of the combinations that Fire Pro Wrestling Returns just does, based on logic, is amazing. And honestly, I honestly think it's better sometimes when you have actual video, so then they know exactly what's going on, than writing, which you can interpret writing the wrong way sometimes. That's my opinion. Writing is better than a lot of games, but I think it gets the best. It's the game before the writing. So what's next? Anyone else got anything? Got any other questions? Wrestling Revolution is a piece of crap. Oh, okay. M. Dickey? Jay wants me to talk about M. Dickey. What a surprise. Not really. You want... I don't know. Wrestlecade HQ is in the center of the earth, Victoria. Maybe we do have hot tubs in the center of the earth. Okay, Jay, what should I talk especially about M. Dickey? Should I talk about his games that I don't like? Should I talk about how the community doesn't want to be on his fucking engine because it's a piece of shit? Or should I talk about, how his fans throwing him around as like the best thing ever, when really, his games aren't as good as any tech simulator. 5GWS is better, Pro Wrestling Nexus is better, AWR is better, TEW is better, TNM is better, fucking goddamn Promotion Wars is better. Do I have to keep going on the list? Because honestly, I can keep going on the fucking list all day. And it's sad, because here's the worst part. His best game, and this is what I think, was Federation Wrestling. And here's why. In terms of what makes it was his first game, so of course, you could judge it lighter because it was his first actual full, game, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That logic from that game has not fucking changed. This is the same man who thought climbing on turnbuckles for Wrestling Revolution, for the AI to do it, was a game-breaking thing. When in wrestling, the turnbuckles are regularly fucking used. I'm tapping my thing on the shit. It's not. M. Dickey is by far one of the most overrated individuals who I know from gaming. I don't personally know him, but who I know and heard of and played his stuff. I was happy that his games were free, because I felt everyone who had to pay for any single one of them got gypped out of a lot of money. Under development was basically, these are low-class Flash minigames to make computer games, and the game basically says, no. Game Biz and shit like that, better game-making simulation. This was not that kind of game. This was not an actual game simulation. Oh, so if I take a dump in a bag, will you buy it for $10? Because that's what it is. It's a dump in a bag. Anyways, you really have to be in chat to understand some of the things we're talking about, by the way, YouTube audience, because this is going to YouTube. Okay? Rockstar Spud or me Spud? Because there's two of us. Because Rockstar Spud, I have to be like, you talking about Rockstar Spud or you talking about me? Okay, fine. You want to know how I don't like TEW? Here's the problem I have with TEW. No, and this isn't the fact that, well, I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I know that I think there's better simulators out there. I truly do. I think TEW is a bit overrated. I think that people put it like as a huge, it's a huge management sim, a huge booking sim. But I care about matches. I've always been one of those people that I just want to run cards. I don't want to go through a whole entire company and have to micromanage everything in a wrestling company just to put the shows on. This is why I wish, and if this is, I don't know if TW's put this kind of thing, where you just do shows, do your show, not have to worry about, freaking signing everybody and their mother, and not have to worry about, Wrestling Spirit I've not tried yet, but isn't Wrestling Spirit just the career of a wrestler? Because if it's just a career of a wrestler, it's not what I want. I want to be the booker. I don't want to be held responsible by the entirety of management. I just want to book matches. I want to book cards. I don't want to micromanage everything. Or if there was an option to let the AI micromanage everything for me, in terms of just no. I know the AI would make retarded mistakes, but there's a thing, if I could just get them to renew contracts whenever they expire or whatever, or at least, make sure my referees or everything's all good if no. Quit naming terrible M. Dickey games. I don't know. Anyways, any other questions? I mean, they're all terrible. All his games are terrible. M. Dickey's terrible. I don't care. Any other questions? Please, I don't want to be talking about M. Dickey the entire time. Please, someone else ask questions. The entire chat's leaving now because I talked about M. Dickey. What's my opinion on the state of wrestling RP in general? Wrestling RP is a different beast than RPs than my thoughts on general RP. Which I thought on general RP is that a lot of communities have really lost sight of what it means to RP. But that's not my point. The point is wrestling RP that's not my thought of wrestling RP. No. My thought of wrestling RP is that you got so many characters, but here's the problem. It's not like comics. It's not like video games. Because in wrestling, you go with who you know. to pick for selection of RP characters. I mean, you could there are people that actually there's still like a oversaturation of Wolverines or an oversaturation of like Batman and Superman and stuff like that, but in wrestling I have never seen such a saturation of commonplace characters. Like there's a lot of CM Punk guys. There's probably more CM Punks, I would say, in wrestling RP based on how many people are on it, than Superman to superhero RP, the Batman to superhero RP, the Wolverine to superhero RP. And based on the community, the percentage wise. However, I would probably say that in wrestling RP, there is a bigger percentage of people who actually go outside the box and pick people who aren't from the big two. Who aren't from the big two, by that I mean who aren't from WWE, who aren't from TNA. Or who were not, mainly involved in WWE, TNA. Like let's say, you got guys RPing as Alex Shelley still, and Alex Shelley's in Japan doing his thing. You guys RPing as Trent Beretta. Beretta hasn't been prominent in any show except for Independence and in Japan where he does, Battle of Super Juniors. You have people RPing as guys like Ultramantis Black, Chuck Taylor, Johnny Gargano, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, Kevin Steen, Nicole Bass. Oh, you have crazy OCs. You have OCs there. You have people from people from NXT that somehow get their guys in that no one has really heard of outside of NXT. You have people you have people running accounts that are like, Alex Kozlov in Japan. There's a lot of people who RP the same character, but there's a lot of people who go outside the box and pick lesser known characters. And honestly, that's my opinion on that is that's fantastic. There needs to be more things to do for them. I mean, right now, the only things that I've seen the only things that I've seen in wrestling RP are relationships. Well, I mean, these are the majority. Relationships, which, that's big in any RP group. What's the word? The feds, like Wrestlecade and everything like that, virtual shows. And besides that, not really much else. There's not really much else besides those two. I mean, I'd love to get, the SmackDown Hotel running again, get everyone to one side, have, stuff going on there. I'd love to get, do some storylines or something, or whatever, but, or some other things, but that's just, the thing is, if you do something like that, you're gonna have issues. By issues, I mean, you're going to be like, well, how am I going to do this and have it make sense for every character? How are we going to have Jay Lethal how are we going to have AJ Styles involved in the storyline? How are we going to have Bully Ray involved in the storyline? Do I want to recognize other companies that they're a part of? Do I want to recognize the RP companies, or do I want to recognize just the storyline itself? Do I want to have, Brock Lesnar come out of nowhere in the show and just, take the World Heavyweight title? Do I want to have CM Punk just try to beat the fuck out of Kenta for no fucking reason? Things like this. You have to understand that, you have to decide what you want to do, and you have to prepare everything. It's hard to get storylines going. I'd love to get the SmackDown Hotel, though, and see what the hell goes on with that. Or a Wrestlecade Hotel or something, just to get everyone on one fucking thing and see what happens. Do I want Nicole Bass to start throwing around chairs? But okay, enough about that. But yeah, that my opinion is it's great. But I'm trying to think of more stuff for people to do in Wrestling RP, but I don't know where to go. It's great for what it is, but I think it could be even better. That a good answer, Xbox? Any other questions, answers? Because after this, you're going to be a random cast. See, I was thinking game shows. But that was an idea that I was like, why have Deal or No Deal? And I had the Chris Benoit story, not Chris Benoit level of Deal or No Deal, which basically had all Chris Benoit prizes. Okay, what's your last question, Xbox? Well, your last one. Last one right now. Total Divas in general. Total Divas is God. I've seen some things and I'm just like, well, okay. And I don't. I love Tough Enough when it went into the whole details of them training and all that stuff and that general whole thing where they had NXT and they had like those backstage segments where they like met real superstars and all that or whatever. I mean, met the WWE wrestlers and had those kind of segments. Even if they were kind of, it gave you like a day in the life of. Total Divas is, simply not what I want to watch. Simply not what I fucking want to watch. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Divas wrestling. I mean, I love Divas wrestling, but just but there's a problem when it's like I feel like the show as a whole shouldn't exist because there's like so many things you do better with that time. If you're if you do a reality show based on WWE and that, you could go broader than just Divas. You could not go into all the crazy stuff, and there's such thing as good reality. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the crazy drama aspect of these fucking shows. I like shows like Survivor or, actual shows like that where the drama or even Big Brother, I guess, with some points where it seems like it's legit, and it probably might be a little bit legit or drama-wise or whatever, unless it's two girls bickering over and over about stupid stuff and guys do it too. But it's like it's like really Are you really just trying to cash in with a thing? Oh, look, it's girls, and they're arguing, and they're having drama, and they're creating everything. Oh my God, they're gonna argue, and they argue, and argue, and argue, and argue, and argue, and argue, and argue. And look at this, and this is what this girl's doing, and that's what everyone else is doing. And oh my God, I'm gonna tell everyone because I'm a bitch. Not what I want to watch. Not what I want to watch. I can stand going through a superstar's personal life and having like cameras follow them and like be like a day. I mean, this is what I think WWE should do: a day in the life of Chris Jericho, a day of the life in a day in the life of like Natalya Neidhart, a day in the life of Rey Mysterio, a day in the life of freaking Sheamus, a day in the life of Ryback, a day of just have like a damn hour-long show where you cameras follow around a certain superstar on your roster. You don't have to get main eventers to start. Well, you can probably have one main eventer every like 4 weeks, build up to it. Have a like go. Oh, well, let's follow JTG around. See what he does. See what he talks about, in his life. See what he, if he enjoys his time. Have him talk about his wrestling experiences. Have him talk about how he brought up the British. Ask him about Chad. You have enough people on the roster. If you're having seasons of like 20 episodes, you can do at least three seasons for a 20-week span, which is about half a year. So 20. You got basically your whole entire roster from that 1 year done, and you'll actually have new guys coming in. You have people going out. You can even do a day in the life of and bring in legends and all that other people, and it could be like, really, why not do that? Are you really afraid of that wouldn't sell? You could even do, oh look, it's DDP, a day in the life of DDP. But these are ideas that apparently WWE doesn't think will sell or whatever. You can do it in probably an hour or 90 minutes. Oh no, we're not trading housewives. No one wants to see him trade housewives. We're just gonna do like, we're gonna have cameras follow around Ric Flair and see how his day is. What he does. I mean, how many fans exactly go up to him like, hey, can I have an autograph? Follow them on the days they're doing signings. Follow them on the days they're doing events. Let me know exactly what they're doing out there. Let me, like, if they're doing like charity work or like where they just like if Seth Rollins is in Iowa, his state, where he's like doing something for like let's go Make a Wish. Follow him that day. Show us what he's doing. If John Cena's doing something for like breast cancer or whatever the fuck he's gonna do, follow him around for a day. Get us to appreciate John Cena for what he does charity wise. Because as much as I don't like him wrestling, he is the man of WWE. He does a lot of things in WWE in terms of in terms of charity, does a lot of things like that. But Rollins the heel, he can't do. Rollins. Hell, Rollins can do stuff like Rollins can do what I mean. Rollins can do stuff too. He can even if it's not Make a Wish for Rollins, he could just do interviews and not interviews, but like signings. I mean, I've seen Swagger go out there as a heel and do interviews and that kind of shit, and autograph sessions and all that crap. I mean, there's some things that I wish they would do, but they're not going to do it. Does it make? If this is probably not making sense to anyone, and you two are the only ones left in chat, by the way. I've scared everyone else off. Let's find out. 1, 2. I dropped it. 2. Xbox, what? I answered your question. I answered your question, Xbox. You got more? Okay. And you know what? Actually, let me pitch this idea. If anyone from WWE ever actually watches one of these videos, I hope this is the one they watch. Let me pitch an idea to you, WWE. You got so many video games. You got so many video games, right? You got 2K14, you got stuff like that. Here's my honest opinion. This is honestly gonna be just something I'm thinking. If you're doing pay-per-views, and this is something you guys used to do, and I understand why you stopped. You had like highlights. I mean, not highlights, but like video game footage of the match going down. Why don't you guys just put that stuff in? The video game footage. The video game footage from the actual video game, as like a breakdown of how the match could end. You don't have to do it for every freaking match. I just want to see it for I just want to see it for main events. Or, important matches. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we got Punk versus Bryan. God knows if they have Punk versus Bryan, I'll watch it. Thousands of times, probably, but if it's not a squash. But Punk versus Bryan. Take the game. Get Punk versus Bryan in the ring. Have them do some moves on the game. It probably won't only take, I have Dazzle, for fuck's sake. I could record probably a 1-minute promo of Punk versus Daniel Bryan on Dazzle. And then just, go like, well, this is what could happen. Punk going for a Anaconda Vice in the middle of the ring. That could be very dangerous for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan for a freaking knee to the face. Kick to the head. Punk ducks. Punk goes for GTS reverse by Daniel Bryan. This is what could happen. Yes, lock by Daniel Bryan. Punk's tapping. That's what could happen. But yeah, that's the type of thing. CM Punk. So yeah. Okay, what game are we playing today? Oh god. Well actually, I'm gonna hit the theme and actually end the cast only for the podcast so I remember to upload the fucker. But tonight's game is a mystery! By mystery, I mean it's totally not the same game we played last time. We're not playing Tailspin again.